All right, what up, guys? So this video is just going to be, just like the title says, we're going to be teaching you how to make these AI viral arena cam girls that you've been seeing all over your feeds lately. You can do this for any sport. I mean, a lot of it's been World Cup, but you can do the NBA Finals, you can do the NHL Stanley Cup, you can do tennis, you can do anything really, any sport. You can do this for. You'll just have to adjust some things like the lighting, the jerseys, all that jazz. But anyways, let's hop in. So I have right here Magnific. Okay, so this is just what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be generating our image, okay, just like this via ChatGPT, and then we'll be turning it into a little 4-second video. And then what you can do is maybe make, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these. You put them together and you have like a 25, 30-second reel that you can post on Instagram and YouTube, etc. Okay, but I like to do 4 seconds at a time per girl, and that allows me to, just add them one by one. So you're going to need 2 tools to start. First one being the AI platform. So again, I'm using Magnific. Most people like to use Higgsfield. That might be what you're using, or maybe you're using TopView AI or maybe some other AI platform. But as long as it has access to the Seedance model, you're good. That's all. That's the most important thing here. There's no complex workflows. There's no crazy stuff happening. It's very straightforward. It's an image, a prompt, you get your video. So I'm in Magnific. This is just my demo right here. So let's go start a new one. And then before I do that, actually, the second tool you need will be ChatGPT. Okay. So just make sure you get ChatGPT. They have a really good image model they just released maybe a month ago or so, maybe a month and a half, GPT-2. And I find personally, but when it comes to AI influencers and realistic people, Nano Banana is good, but I find GPT better. So I've been using GPT a lot more recently. The only annoying part is you can't make like 4 generations at a time, whereas with Nano Banana, if you're doing it in flow, you can just bang out 4 and then you can just pick the best one. So it's a little bit slower, but it works better. I like the quality good. So we're gonna use GPT for this video, and we're gonna grab my handy dandy prompt, okay? So I'm gonna share this in the description. You guys can just download this so you have it. For the image, this is really the most important thing here, and it doesn't even have to be this advanced. It can be a lot simpler actually. Way simpler. It can be maybe half the size, something like this big. But I wanted to do this one just to show you all the, everything you need to know about what goes into this prompt, okay? So at the top here, we have the context, okay? This is basic, like what is it? It's an ultra realistic sports broadcast of a stunning blonde Croatian soccer fan at the FIFA World Cup 2026. She's seated in the stadium. It's Croatia versus Ghana, and just a little bit of a description on the outfit. She's wearing a red and white Croatia jersey with number 23. That's the opener. That's all you need. Then the next section here is where we actually describe the character's features, right? So beautiful Croatian facial features with sharp cheekbones, light blue eyes, realistic skin pores and tiny imperfections, natural cool undertones, and then her hair, long dirty blonde hair and a loose half ponytail with strands framing her face, some gold stud earrings, a thin gold chain at the collarbone, and natural lips. One thing I will say is huge is this line right here. When it comes to anything realistic UGC influencers, making sure to have descriptive words, not just make it realistic, but explain how it makes it realistic. We're talking about skin pores and the imperfections and the undertones and the cheekbones, and that's what really makes it realistic, and GPT is really good at picking up on that, okay? So we got the context, we got the basic, description of the character, and then here is kind of what they're doing. So you can make this whatever you want. I'm kind of lazy and I don't always want to think of new little action moments. She's playing with her hair, she's getting a drink of water. You can do that. If you did want to dictate, you can just write something very simple like she is gazing to her left in an unimpressed way, something like that, okay? If you did want to. But if you don't want to think about that, just leave the default. This works for me. This pretty much just tells GPT, hey, make her do anything. Something natural. It could be she's holding a water bottle. It could be she's looking down to adjust something, or fiddling with her hair, or looking at her phone, or laughing with her friends, whatever it is. So that's the action, like what's happening in the scene. And this is just for imaging. And then the next one here is just, just the environments a little bit. It's a highly realistic stadium environment, blurred background, or blurred crowd in the background wearing Croatia jerseys. And actually this should be up here too. Authentic football atmosphere, soft natural daylight mixed with stadium floodlights. So we're really talking about the lighting here to get that lighting, or the right lighting, excuse me. Cinematic compression from long telephoto lens, shallow depth of field, expensive TV live, TV sports, camera aesthetic, crisp focus on eyes and skin texture, subtle skin sheen, Sony A1 Plus 85mm GM lens, which is pretty good for sports photography. And this is just one, guys. There's like maybe 6 or 7. If I can find them, I'll put them on a list in the description as well. And you can maybe just play around with different lenses to see which one you like. So we got the lighting, I've got the camera here. That's great. Here's a couple more just extra little details like no overprocessing, realistic color grading, etc. Realistic crowd around her. So we're talking about, again, what's going on in the background, right? There's people partially blocking the flame. There's plastic beer cups, there's scarves, there's flags, you know, jerseys, awkward crops and heads cut off. It just really makes it feel more of a natural shot. And that's what we're going here for, guys. We're trying to make this realistic. And then here is just the resolution, vertical 9:16 framing. I added a little scoreboard. That's what this is here. So it's just saying, hey, add a little FIFA World Cup scoreboard. I will say when it comes to scoreboards, sometimes Seedance, when you generate the video, Seedance will block it because of copyright. I haven't seen any of that issue with Kling before, and it's specifically only with ESPN. So you don't have to worry about that with FIFA because I don't think they are ESPN, but if you're getting blocked, that's probably why. So you just have to go back and, you know, maybe regenerate the image without it. But anyways, that's pretty much it. All this top stuff up here. Don't worry about this. This is just for the video later on, okay? So study this, look at it. But anyways, we're gonna make a prompt here. So let's just plop this in. I'm gonna go, I don't know, let's go Brazil, soccer fan. We'll go Brazil versus France. So you'll just have to, you know, change this, and you can use GPT or Claude to do this for you. You don't even have to manually do it. Brazilian, so natural, beautiful Brazilian. Facial features with sharp cheekbones, blah, blah, blah. That can all just stay the same. Let's go brown eyes. Realistic skin pores. I think that's good. And actually, I think I'm gonna just change blonde. Let's go brunette. And then this, I'm gonna leave. That's just what she's doing. This can also stay the same. And there might be a couple more stuff here. So German flags, we'll go Brazil flags. And that looks good, guys. And then also just the scoreboard, scorebug, and we'll go France. We'll go 2-1 Brazil, sure, broadcast TV graphics, okay. And I'll see you guys in a moment. All right, guys, welcome back. And as you can see, our girl is not Brazilian. She might be Brazilian, but she's wearing the wrong jersey. She's in a Croatia jersey. And I realized that in the prompt, I forgot to take out some very important things. Like this here, wearing a fitted red and white Croatia jersey at number 23. Totally forgot to remove that. So even more of a reason, guys, don't fiddle with this manual. Like a prompt like this, just drop it in Claude and say, hey, give this for, give me like an Argentina girl or a Brazilian girl, and it'll just fix everything for you. But anyways, I went in there, modified all the mistakes, and look what it gave me. So I think this looks pretty good. This was just one shot. If I saw this on my Facebook feed, I wouldn't know if this was real or fake. It wouldn't even cross my mind. I would just assume it was a shot taken at the game. So I think it looks great. If you're happy with it, then you can just either download it or copy. And we're gonna go back into our workspace, okay? So I'm gonna paste that image in here. Then I'm going to make a video node. And if you don't have nodes in your AI platform, that's fine. You do not need nodes. It's just how Magnific does it in Spaces. And Higgsfield, it might just be, you know, uploading files and then just however the interface looks, but it's the same thing. So I'm gonna make that 4 seconds. We're gonna go 720, turn the sound on, 9:16 resolution, great. And then I'm just gonna add my prompt blocks, my prompt block, and it's gonna be the same prompt that we use for the image. Literally the exact same prompt, which is why I love this little format, except we're just gonna add this block here, which again is on the prompt document. We covered this early for the images. We actually did not include this, and I said this was for the video. Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go back into our space here. I'm just going to drop this down here, just like that, and we're good to go. And just to explain what this is really quick, movement, sometimes if you don't specify any movement, if you don't specify anything, you'll just have the actor like looking in the same direction, no blinking, no moving. It just looks like a robot. It looks weird. So just adding some like subtle movements, like blinking, eye movements, looking around, you know, maybe fiddling with something, like just tiny things like that will make it feel a lot more realistic. And then camera motion, this is also another realism layer. You know, like we're talking just something basic like a handheld shake, some drift, and then also micro zooms. And again, that just makes it feel like someone's actually holding the camera navigating it naturally and authentically, and it just gives it more of a realistic feel, okay? So that is the prompt. Basically the same thing, except with some motion and movement attached to it. You're going to want to attach the start image frame to your picture. You can also use this as a reference instead, but for this type of video, start frame gets it exactly, and that's what we want. Exact, we don't want to have to mess around, so connect it just like that. Then we take the prompt, connect it in there, and we are going to run this. 1,100 credits, perfect, awesome. All right, now, while that loads, I do want to talk about Seedance and Kling, okay? Now, Seedance is expensive. Not everyone has a budget for that. If you are in a budget and it's just destroying your credits and you just can't keep up, you can use Kling instead. Kling is another very good model. Kling was the best model until Seedance came around, but it still works very well. And they have some other stuff too, like motion control, which I'll get into, I'll talk about in some other videos in the future, but Kling will work great for this, and and it's also like half the price, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing I did up there. I'm gonna create the video prompt, the video generator, the prompt for the video, and I can just go in here and literally just copy and paste. It's the same thing. We're still gonna use start frame, okay? And we're gonna hook that up to the prompt. And just to show you an example of how much cheaper it is, this video up here, this cost us 1,100 credits, and we were doing 720p with Seedance, okay? 1,100 credits, 720p. This one, we're gonna do 1080 with Kling, okay? 1080, 4 seconds. The price, it's half the cost, guys. It costs you about 560 credits to do a Kling 1080p 4-second video. If you want to do a 4-second video with Seedance at 720p, not even 1080, but 720, it's going to cost you about 1,100 credits. So it just shows you guys the price difference between the two. And we'll see once these both are done, just to compare, just show you what that looks like. But in the meantime, all right, guys, so our Kling video was done. Another thing I like about Kling is it's a lot faster. You can see Seedance is still going. This was done after, and it's already done. So let's just take a look. I think this is really good, guys. This is really good. This came out perfectly. I would use this in a video, without a doubt. And you can see how easy it was. We literally just used the same prompt for image and video, and we got this spectacular. And look, she's talking, she's laughing, playing with her hair. If we didn't have any of these details with the action in the prompt, like I was saying earlier, like all this natural moment, watching the game with her head gaze, blinking, looking down, all this stuff, she'd be like a zombie, and there'd be no animation. And this is cool because you don't have to think, you just prompt it and it'll create random stuff for you all the time. That's natural and authentic. So that looks great. We're gonna wait until the Seedance shows, but I mean, this might be the winner, to be honest. So for all you Kling users out there that don't want to use Seedance, I mean, like, Kling is still a great tool. You don't have to buy into the Seedance hype. Seedance is definitely a lot better when it comes to like cinematic stuff. I wouldn't touch Kling for that. Seedance just blows it out of the water. But for some AI UGC, like simple things, you can get away with Kling too as well. But anyways, guys, I will be right back again. Let's just give this a couple more minutes here. All right, guys, so the Seedance video is complete. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, this looks good. I'm happy with this. Honestly, like between both of these, the Kling and the Seedance one, I think both these are phenomenal. I don't even notice any real quality difference at all just by looking at it. Maybe the Kling one, yeah, there's really nothing, honestly. It looks identical. I'd probably go with the Kling version just because she has that smile. It's a little more animated. I like that. I like that action a little bit better. So I'd probably go with this one, but I would use both. I would honestly use either one of these in my videos. I think they're both great. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like that's it. That's all there is to these kind of videos. That is pretty much the lesson here. You know, you start off, you grab this prompt, which I will share for you. You customize it to fit your specific sport, your specific avatar, whatever it is you're trying to create when it comes to these viral studio or viral cam videos. Then you paste the prompt in GPT, you get your image just like this, then you copy that over, drop it into your workspace, and then you pretty much just reuse the exact same prompt that you used for the image, except adding in a couple extra details here. And that's it. So that's all there is to it, guys. I really hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer as much as I can. I'll be posting a lot more as well, dropping whatever sauce that I know, just sharing this with you guys, helping you guys get better and really learn AI, video, and image generation. And yeah, if this helped, guys, like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.